Sure. Thank you.
I'm
Hello.
pretty sure I have another one that's
Welcome to roasting turkey here. This lovely little bird, actually quite a big bird for two
oh,
people.
it's a poor bird because it's a turkey and it's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
I know. But it's good protein, good healthy protein for our family and friends too.
Yeah, but I want my turkey to not die.
Oh, I know. Maybe next year we could try tofurkey.
No, I don't want to have turkey.
Well, you know what tofurkey is?
No.
Tofurkey is a turkey, well, it's made of tofu. There's no turkey in it. It's made from soybeans. I know. I've had it. It doesn't taste like turkey. But it's another route and it's good protein too.
I don't want to eat it.
There you go. Well, we'll talk about that next year. All right. So this bird has been defrosting in the fridge for well over a week now, and it was interesting once I took liberty of taking the giblets and the neck and all the parts out, and got it ready in the pan to do my thing. But there was still a significant amount of ice in the cavity, and so I'm glad I waited a little bit longer, actually. I do remember the first time I made a roasted turkey, and it was I had people over. I was hoping to impress them. I think I was 19 years old, and I didn't realize, oh my gosh, you have to thaw the turkey like for days in advance. And so I found out the hard way that first year, and then after that, I give myself at least 3 days to defrost it fully. But anyways, some basic things I'm just going to do with this turkey. I have the oven preheating at 325. I've got the afternoon kind of blocked out to kind of enjoy the smells and put around in the background while it's cooking. I anticipate it may be anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. The ultimate goal is to temp the thickest part of the breast to 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Actually 165 is where you want to get. So you want to temp it right here. That's the thickest part. And a lot of turkeys also have just that little instant thermometer. And so it just comes with it and it'll pop out when it's ready. But I actually use my meat thermometer. It's more accurate. And one thing to note too is once you pop it in the oven after the first hour of cooking, you can put some foil over the top to keep the skin from burning. It doesn't matter if it burns, it'll just crisp and give a beautiful flavor. Some people cook their whole turkeys in a roasting bag, and that way it kind of does its magic to steam it and keep all the juice in there. But there's all sorts of techniques people use and traditions that they apply to prepare their turkeys. One thing I have done in the past, and I didn't do it this year because I didn't have a sizable bucket to be able to do this. A lot of people like to brine their turkeys. The brine that I use, it's a gallon of warm water, 3/4 cup of salt, a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and then extra herbs, for flavor. So basically all the herbs that would be in poultry seasoning, fresh herbs. You put that into the water. You basically prepare the turkey, take the giblets and the neck out, and then immerse it completely in a container and refrigerate it for up to 3 days. So you can imagine, in general, a cook with one little fridge, that's kind of a lot of real estate to take up in the fridge. That's why I kind of don't do it very often. But you want to do that, for at least 24 hours in advance. And what it does is it really does tenderize the meat quite a bit. So that and give it wonderful flavor that you just can't capture in any other way. And of course, the people who smoke their turkeys in advance, and that I had a smoked turkey at our friend's house, and it was just amazing, the flavor. People also deep fry their turkeys. That's something to see. If you do deep fry, it's a pretty big, equipment that you use. You want to do it outside. You want to make sure you have a fire extinguisher nearby because what I have actually witnessed is people who put frozen turkeys into a deep fryer. Like anything else, when you combine water with boiling oil, you're going to get an explosion. And I actually have seen someone, I don't know, they almost burnt the fence down from doing that. It wasn't a good idea. So make sure you're mindful of the interaction of water and oil if you choose to go that route. Certainly people who do that in general know what they're doing. So you want to use proper precautions. Okay, so as far as the cavity goes, I already have done this, but inside there I have some halved lemons, I have a quartered onion, I have some quartered celery ribs, and a large sprig of thyme. So I just kind of stuffed that into the cavity. I don't actually prepare the giblets or the neck, but a lot of people like to use that for their gravy, or to make other dishes. And I just don't have a taste for the organ meat, and I don't know how to prepare it either. So that's something that I am going to learn in the future, because it is quite healthy for you. The iron in it is definitely good for you. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to start by seasoning just the skin. One thing I did do as well is I pulled some of the skin, instead of trussing it with kitchen twine, I pulled some of the tougher skin up over the legs to keep the turkey, kind of trussed, to simulate a truss. But you certainly don't even have to truss it if you don't want to. I've never been one to put stuffing into the bird. I prefer to saute my stuffing, which you've seen in past videos. So I just filled it with that goodness to give some aroma and flavor. And I actually used my hand to slid it all underneath this top layer of skin over the breast to loosen it, to basically separate the membranes holding the skin to the meat. And I just kind of separated all that out, and I'm going to fill it with some wonderful herbed butter. Easy herbed butter. It's just a half a cup of softened salted butter with 2 tablespoons of some of the homemade poultry seasoning. If you don't make it homemade, just substitute poultry seasoning and it'll be wonderful. Mix that up, make it nice and soft, and that's where I'll go next after the seasoning. So some people do like to eat the skin, and good on them, but I think I tend to go for just the meat. We'll go ahead and season it just with some basic salt and pepper. Make it look pretty too. You want to season the cavity as well. You can certainly do that, but I like the aroma, and I think that the gravy and the seasoning, seasonings that you use in the gravy really do make up for having to add any additional seasonings there. Okay. Oh, one more thing to note too. If you're cooking your turkey in an oven, before you start preheating the oven, move the racks down to the lowest rung. You can certainly use a hot pad and move it after the fact if you forget, but don't get to a point where you have a heavy turkey in your hands and you're attempting to stick it in the oven and having to deal with that at the last minute. It can add undue stress. So make sure you put the bottom rack on its lowest rung, remove one of the rungs if you need to, and just keep it to the side. But yeah, set yourself up for success. Okay, so here we are with our nice butter. Just gonna literally stick this generously. I mean, it's a half a cup of butter. And what it's gonna do is it's just gonna add a little extra moisture to the bird. It's what's going to literally baste the meat from the top down as it's cooking. The meat or the skin just kind of seals it all in. It'll run down and be caught in the roasting pan here, and will ultimately make an incredible gravy. It really just kind of depends on how much juice the meat and the skin and the fat that the skin renders as it's cooking. So that is basically it. You can certainly rub the extra butter on your hands onto the meat itself, but most importantly, you want to press it in. Now, something I did a couple of years back, and I haven't done it since, But, you know, turkey breast can get dry, you know, with cooking. That's why I do this, is because it keeps it tender, you know. It's just a dry type of meat. But one thing I learned years ago was that if you actually cook the turkey upside down, the dark meat on the bottom has more fat in it. That's why the breast meat tends to be more dry, is because it's very low fat. So I did it where I cooked the turkey upside down, and that beautiful dark meat, the fat from that basted it, and self-basted it rather, and it just was nice and tender. It looked like the turkey had been run over by a truck, which is fine when it comes down to it. You're going to be carving it, anyways. But try that technique if you want to give it a go. Kind of fun and different. The one thing I didn't do is I didn't tuck their little wings here. And this turkey is going to be turned into so many different dishes. I mean, it really does render a lot of meat. I like to freeze. I like to thin slice the breasts, and you know, I'd make soups out of it. You know, all different kinds of things. So there it is. Easy peasy. This goes without saying too. If you are a cook, a home cook, you know, you may not have taken proper food handling training. I've done commercial cooking in a lot of forms over many, many years. And even recently, I still do hold a food handler's card. And that is a really nifty bit of knowledge to have. Because you certainly don't want to, you want to keep a clean and sanitized kitchen. You want to make sure that you take proper precautions for defrosting meat, storing meat, you know, preserving meat. You want to make sure you handle things hygienically. So, you know, obviously, so your food's going to keep properly and you won't get sick or make anyone else sick. So again, you don't want to defrost your turkey. You want to defrost it in the fridge. Take plenty of time to do that. Yes, my love.
This second tooth that fell out was the one that started to grow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but why? When is the first one going to grow?
Oh, it's making its way up. We've seen them on.
Second is this one.
Yeah, all it needs is a little room. Probably that one will probably start coming up when the other one next to it right there starts to get loose. My kiddo's losing teeth.
I'm talking about this.
Yep.
This
Oh,
one
I
needs to
see.
grow.
I see your new tooth coming in. Oh my goodness. Okay, beep beep. Ovens open up. We don't want to burn. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that beautiful bird in the oven. Ooh,
No,
all
the
hot.
poor bird.
Oh, the poor bird. I know. But we thank God for the nutrition it provides us, don't we? Yeah, okay, go ahead. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and set the oven for an hour, and then I'll pop some aluminum foil over the top. And I'll probably do a little short after it comes out of the oven. You can see what the final product is. But again, we just did Thanksgiving a little differently this year. It's Saturday. I wasn't planning on roasting this until Sunday, but today was the day. So we're going to enjoy this tonight with some, probably make some green bean casserole because my kiddo loves green beans. But thank you again for joining us in the kitchen. Oh, thank you. Hello, folks. Welcome. Oh boy, this is funny. Turkey looks good. Thank you. I appreciate it. And hello in Auckland. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying summertime or dropping into springtime, I guess. All right. In New Zealand, the turkey is placed in a hungi. Did I pronounce that correctly? That would be really fascinating to learn how that's done. Hello, Rose.
How do you know?
Well, these are folks that are just joining us in the kitchen.
How do you know?
Well, their names pop up and they just make little comments. And thank you. I'm sorry I didn't see this. I didn't see your messages sooner. I hope you have a blessed weekend and take good care of yourself and your families. And we'll see you again soon.